Hello everyone. In this video we are going to learn about finding the square root of a complex number. We know that iota is equal to root of minus 1. It means iota square is equal to minus 1. If we make the square of minus iota, that will also be plus iota square, that is minus 1. It means we can say that square root of minus 1 will be iota and also minus iota. Or we can say that root of minus 1 is equal to plus minus iota. For an imaginary number, we are getting two square roots. And that leads us to the concept that any of the complex number, for a complex number z equal to a plus iota b, where a and b are real numbers, there are two square roots. It means root of z, that will be root of a plus iota b, will be 2. Let's learn now how to find the square roots of a complex number. Let z equal to a plus iota b be a complex number where a and b are any two real numbers. To find the square root of it, let's see, suppose the square root of z, that is square root of a plus iota b, is equal to x plus iota y. To find the values of x and y, we have to simplify and solve this. Let's make the square of both the sides. We will have a plus iota b equal to x plus iota y whole square, which will be x square minus y square plus 2 iota xy. We have applied the identity a plus b whole square, and we know that iota square is minus 1, that's why we have applied here, that's why it is this. Now we also know that two complex numbers are equal if their real and imaginary parts are separately equal. So equating the real and imaginary parts, we will get x square minus y square is equal to a and 2xy is equal to b. This is suppose equation number 1, this is 2. We can solve them to find out the values of x and y. We know that x square plus y square whole square is x square minus y square whole square plus 4x square y square. We have the identity that a plus b whole square is equal to a minus b whole square plus 4ab. That's what we are applying here. And if we substitute the values of these two, this will be a square and this will be b square. Then we can find out x square plus y square is equal to root of a square plus b square. We are taking only the positive value. Why? Because x square plus y square is always greater than equal to 0 for any xy. Sum of squares cannot be negative. This suppose we say equation number 3. Now if we add 1 and 3, if we add 1 and 3, adding 1 and 3, we will have 2x square is equal to root of a square plus b square plus a. It means we will have the value of x square as root of a square plus b square plus a upon 2. And hence the value of x will be equal to plus minus root of root of a square plus b square plus a upon 2. Similarly, if we subtract 3 from 1, subtracting 3 from 1, we will have minus 2. So better is we subtract 1 from 3. We will have 2y square is equal to root of a square plus b square minus a, and this will give you the value of y as plus minus root of a square plus b square minus a upon 2. We got the value of x as root of a square plus b square plus a upon 2, and the value of y as root of a square plus b square minus a upon 2. Can we also write this as root of modulus z plus a upon 2 and y as root of modulus z minus a upon 2? Now, we can also write here the value of root of a plus iota b as plus minus, because the roots are with plus minus, so we can use the sign of plus minus here. This implies this. A plus iota b is plus minus root of modulus z plus a upon 2 plus iota root of modulus z minus a upon 2. This becomes the square root of a plus iota b. Please remember that here why we have written modulus z, because we know that modulus z is equal to root of a square plus b square. Now one more thing I would like to tell you. Suppose you have been given z1 as a minus iota b. Then the root of z1, that is root of a minus iota b, will be equal to plus minus root of modulus z plus a upon 2 minus iota root of modulus z minus a upon 2. This we have to keep in mind. If this is a plus iota b, means imaginary part is positive, then here also imaginary part will be positive, and the imaginary part is negative in z, then the square root also will have the imaginary part as negative. Let us learn about some of the examples to find the square roots. Suppose we have z equal to 3 plus 4 iota. Then we find here a is 3 and b is 4. Let root of z, that is root of 3 plus 4 iota, be x plus iota y. If we square both the sides, we will get 3 plus 4 iota equal to x square minus y square plus 2 iota xy. We know the whole square of a plus b. And we also know that iota square is minus 1, that's why it is negative a. Now we know that two complex numbers are equal if their real and imaginary parts are equal. So equating real and imaginary parts, we will have here x square minus y square equal to 3 and 2xy equal to 4. This is equation number 1 and this is 2. To solve that, again, as we know that we can write x square plus y square whole square is equal to x square minus y square whole square plus 4x square y square. We can also write this as x square minus y square whole square plus 2xy whole square. And if we substitute these values, we are getting here 3 square plus 4 square, that is 9 plus 16 is equal to 25. It means we get x square plus y square is equal to root of 25, that is 5. I told you that we take only the positive value because x square plus y square can never be negative. Now if we add 1 and 3, adding 1 and 3, we will have 2x square is equal to 8. It means x square is equal to 4. So can we say that x is equal to plus minus 2? If we subtracting 1 from 3, we will have 2y square is equal to 5 minus 3, that is 2. It means y square is equal to 1, or we can say y is equal to plus minus 1. We got the value of x, we got the value of y. Therefore, can we write that root of z, that is root of 3 plus 4 iota, is equal to plus minus 2 plus iota or not? Now, if we have z is equal to 3 minus 4 iota, then root of z will be plus minus 2 minus iota. You can see that. So this is the way we can find out the square root of any of the complex number which is given to us. See, we could find out the modulus of z, we know, and we could use that to find out the square root, and we have learnt how to find out the square root of a number. We have seen just now that root of z, that was root of 3 plus 4 iota, was plus minus 2 plus iota. And we also learnt that if z is equal to a plus iota b, then root of z is equal to root of a plus iota b, that is plus minus root of modulus z plus a whole upon 2 plus iota root of modulus z minus a upon 2. Let's see by using the formula whether we are getting the same answer or not. So we can use it as a formula and find the answer with shortcut. Let's see here in this case, when z is 3 plus 4 iota, we have a is equal to 3 and b is equal to 4. So what will be modulus z? Modulus z is root of 3 square plus 4 square, that is root of 9 plus 16, root of 25, that is 5. Then we use the formula root of 3 plus 4 iota is equal to plus minus root of modulus z plus a upon 2 plus iota root of modulus z minus a upon 2. Apply the values. This is plus minus root of 5, a is 3 plus 3 upon 2 plus iota root of 5 minus 3 upon 2. Can we calculate plus minus? It is root of 8 by 2, that is 4, plus iota root of 2 by 2, that is plus minus 2 plus iota. We are getting the same answer. It means for shortcuts, for MCQs, we can make use of the formula and find out the square root of a complex number. But please remember, if you are having z as 3 minus 4 iota, then you will have root z will be equal to plus minus 2 minus iota. Please remember this. In case the sign of the imaginary part is negative, then in answer also it will be negative. After finding the roots, to sum up, suppose z is a plus iota b. If a is greater than 0, b is greater than 0, then we have seen that root of z, that is root of a plus iota b, was given by the formula plus minus root of modulus z plus a upon 2 plus iota root of modulus z minus a upon 2. And if we have this as, suppose it is root of z1, that is root of a minus iota b. B is greater than 0, but the imaginary part is less than 0, then it will come as plus minus root of modulus z plus a upon 2 minus iota root of modulus z minus a upon 2. I would like to tell you here, in these two cases you will always have that modulus x will be always greater than modulus y. You will always find it. Modulus x is greater than modulus y in such cases, because we have taken here root of z is equal to x plus iota y, and x and y you will find such that modulus x will be always greater than modulus y. If we have the real part of z is negative, is less than 0, that is, suppose you have been given z equal to minus a plus iota b, then suppose you have that root of minus a plus iota b is equal to x plus iota y. In such cases the procedure will be same, but you will find that modulus of x will be less than modulus of y, and if it is z1, that is minus a minus iota b, then you will have root of minus a minus iota b equal to x minus iota y, but in both the cases you will have the same thing, that modulus x will be less than modulus y. This you could keep in mind, and then your answer will be perfectly alright. Thanks for watching my video. If you have any doubts or comments, leave them in the comment box and I will get back to you.